Hi, it's Happy Halloween! Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you don't dress up here in New Zealand.
No, it's not a thing.
And we've been absent for like a week or two, so this is the best you're gonna get. This is me as Shredder.
Shredder, yeah.
I'm Shredder.
Isn't that a type of cheese?
No.
Shredded?
That's cheddar.
Oh.
Cheddar and Shredder.
I tried to know.
Yeah. And what are you?
Oh, I'm an internet CEO startup dude.
You just look like someone that's given up.
That too. Hello, welcome to NPCs of Wildemount reviewing.
I put down my keys. Sorry about that noise. Anyway, go.
Some things that we saw and analysed.
Yes,
and
so
we're going to tell you about it.
Sorry for being absent last week.
Yeah, it's my fault. I fell in a well and I couldn't find a way out.
Or
I had to eat one of my
our lives kind of kicked in and got a little bit too overwhelming. You had your opening of your show,
yep.
And my grandmother passed away, and I had to move, and that's why the set looks a little bit different. And I'm taller than Ollie because in normal life I am taller than Ollie,
no.
And we're on normal size seats at the moment,
so you can actually see it.
So you can actually see
because before
the height.
I always prop myself up so that I look taller.
Yeah, and I kind of slouched down like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm naturally
also the well thing. Yeah. I'm gonna move forward a little bit.
Yeah, you really don't like it now, though. Anyway.
No, it's fine. I'm not petty at all. So
the chair's all squeaky too.
Yeah, it's squeaky.
This is just a short show.
Yeah.
Of everything.
It's a low budget.
But hopefully over the next few weeks, because I'm moving to my own place here, I'm going to be able to release a little bit more videos and a better videos.
I just love that you're like, check out my new place, and literally all I can see is a wall.
I didn't say check out my place. I'm just saying because we're in our new place, we can do different videos going forward.
Yeah, I just like the impression of your place.
Anyway.
It's literally one wall.
Anyway, this is episode 40. So we're 40 episodes
Why do I keep doing that? I can never hold up the correct number of fingers.
That's 8. You could have put 4 and 0, it would have worked.
That's what I tried to do, but then my hands went like that.
You can't control your hands sometimes, Ollie. I'm sure that will hold up in court. Anyway. Anyway. We we're at the aftermath of the Hydra.
Yeah, I'm still trying to catch up here because while I was in Japan, I missed 4 episodes.
Yeah.
So I'm not entirely sure what is going on.
Oh really? Okay. What questions do you have there?
Okay, so
I think that's a better way of going at it.
Okay, so what's the current quest? Fjord is trying to find.
Fjord is they basically kind of found the temple of his deity.
Yeah.
Which is a Ukatoa.
Yeah.
You have to whisper that though. That's one thing you missed. You have to whisper Ukatoa. Ukatoa.
I see. I don't know how to spell that, so I probably butchered that somewhere.
The spelling is irrelevant. So this is like the temple of Ukatoa, and they've kind of been drawn here, and Ivanka is kind of like Fjord.
Okay.
See, Captain Ivanka and Fjord are kind of the same thing, kind of working things out as they go.
Because they are, we find out later, tied by Vandrin.
Yes.
Both knew Vandrin.
Yes, and we're assuming one of the chosen.
Okay.
So there's 3 chosen. From what we learned in this episode, this is all kind of speculation.
Yeah.
3 chosen. One of them is Fjord, one of them is Captain Ivanka, and there's a third.
We don't know who the third is.
Which could be, whatever the dick's name, Vandrin.
Vandrin.
Or it's someone with Vandrin.
Cool. So Fjord is currently with the ship lady trying to find the temples that have the grooves to put the orbs in because they give you some kind of blessing.
Yes, or it sounds like this temple was like an activation thing. So that there's 3 activation things which I'm assuming each person has to activate or something like that, but this is the first of 3. Right. It sounded like this is all assumption based on what I've heard in this episode.
Well, see, the number 3 came out a lot because in the place where they ended up, there were 3 murals, 3 creatures. The 3 chosen ones.
After they killed the Hydra, this is the same chamber where the Hydra was, so this is at the start of the episode, because a lot of the episode takes place in kind of working this all out.
Yeah. There's a lot of contested checks and a bit of combat, I think.
It's combat when they start running out.
Yeah.
When the room starts to flood once Fjord has gone down.
Yuan-ti. So we'll start at the start. There are the mist ship, the pirate ship, in the temple, the orchid, and the Hydra. And then 2 people with them, the guide dude and Ivanka.
Yes. So they kind of see these murals on the wall. So we've got a dark kind of phoenix one with 3 onyx kind of little things, little what is it called? Gems.
Gems.
They've probably got gems.
Matt made a point because someone said, "Is it like a phoenix?" Matt made the point of clarifying, "No, it's got purple fire."
So it's like dark phoenix.
Yeah.
So there's like World of Warcraft.
Yes,
dark
it's the guild mount that you have to become exalted with your guild and spend 3,000 gold in Stormwind to buy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that one. I'll put up a picture. Oh no, I can't. The pictures are going to be very poor this episode because I don't have internet in my new place.
They're just going to be all hand drawn.
They're all going to be just previous pictures I've used. So good luck.
I think you said previous pictures of you, and I was like, you're just gonna okay, cool. So
yeah,
it's me dressed as a Dark Phoenix. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just going to be taking pictures. God, I don't want to make this joke because I feels like I should do it. I just
You're better at Photoshop than I am. So Okinawa. Essentially, yeah, we see murals which come into play a bit later as well. They kind of investigate and see what's going on there.
Yeah, they kind of see a thick worm, like a worm was one of them, as another mural. And I can't remember what the amber eyes one was. I think that was
It was the 3 faceless people, right?
Yeah, I think that's it. But there was like 3 of them.
Yeah. So
I'm also sick. I hate to do that because I'm about to blow my nose.
Wow! Yeah. You gonna cut that out?
Nah.
So essentially,
sickness is part of life, people.
Fjord
can't cut that shit.
It's Fjord that figures out. Okay, that one's you. That one's me. Who's the third one? Who's the third dude? In this thing? That's when a giant freaking worm is there. They see a large worm.
No, that's one of the murals, isn't it? Yeah. So
the large worm, there was a lot of speculation about on Reddit. I'm not too sure what it means.
It sounds like... So the overall deity is the cloaked serpent.
Yeah.
And so it feels like these murals are kind of representations of their avatars. Like the avatars that cloaked serpent has chosen.
Yeah.
So one of them would be Akatoa.
So, and Matt talks again about the calamity and the divergence, where the prophets or extensions of the deities themselves, once the deities were removed, then became the most powerful creatures in the world.
Yeah.
So we're hinting again at stuff of deities.
I think it's pretty certain.
I think we're good with the idea that's deity-centric campaign, and I'm predicting, this is my official kind of like theory of what's going to happen, Calamity 2.
Calamity, you think it's going to be that large?
Yes.
I don't think it's going to be that large.
I think it's going to be in-game that large, like not anytime soon.
Because even Vecna wasn't that large when you look at that, because it only affected one continent. The Calamity affected the entire world.
It was the war of the gods, but I think it's coming back. I think maybe it won't be every deity kind of thing.
I think it's going to be more of like a, if they don't win, then the Calamity 2 will happen.
Yeah.
So I don't think it will be Calamity 2, I think it will be preventing Calamity 2.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
The sequel, Calamity 2,
This time it's personal.
no, we have to come up with some origin of that. Calamity 2, this time, they might not fuck it up. I don't know. You're the improv guy. You're the end guy.
Woken up.
Whatever.
10:30 in the morning.
God.
Anyway.
10:30 in the morning. It is literally 10:30 in the morning, and that's your excuse that you're just woken up.
That's how I roll. So, the glowing runes, which show up a few times, they try and comprehend. Now, this was an interesting DM choice. He tries to cast comprehend languages on the runes, but Matt rules that the runes aren't actual language. They're symbols, so it doesn't work. I can understand that obviously they're not, supposed to...
Well, aren't runes a type of language?
It's DM discretion here. It was an interesting point. And I suppose it's down to Matt to kind of decide.
Because that's like saying Chinese characters aren't languages.
Because they're runes, yeah. So I don't know. Comprehend languages...
Don't know if I agree with you, Matt, but to be honest, we still like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're alright. You're alright. You're good. See? Who's your good Matt? Who's your good Matt?
That was creepy as fuck.
Why? He's like a dog. Well, okay.
I don't want to know what you do with these posters when I'm not here. Now, Fjord hassles the guide. I think this is more the guide not doing anything. I think it's more Matt being like, I don't want my NPCs...
to reveal too much?
Well, I was going to say, but yeah, be doing too much and be engaged in the combats and stuff, because when a NPC engages in combat, it's basically just the DM with a Barbie and a Ken going die, ha, kind of fighting their own thing.
Yeah, and I'm the creepy one with the poster. Anyway, so yeah, I do agree with that point. But I don't know whether it's just the fact of he just wanted to keep them out because he didn't want them involved, because it did feel like Matt's deliberately saying this guy was only a guide.
Yeah,
that was his entire purpose for this bit. Stop engaging with him.
Okay, so now...
Stop making him do things.
Next interesting point. Essentially, they're trying to decide who goes first into the well, because there's like a way to get through from there. And while they're discussing, Ivanka is kind of like, fuck it, I'll do it, and dives like head on.
Yeah.
Then Fjord kind of swims after her, but she had a bit of a head start, so out come the contested athletics checks. Matt lets them roll, I think, like 5 times. For this, which some people said might have been him kind of just being like, I'm just going to keep rolling until one roll kind of
works.
Up. Yeah, that's what I hope.
But I think it's for a narrative point of view, kind of to build tension, getting a player to roll dice builds that.
But I agree with that, and maybe instead of having like 5 rolls of the same thing, or just one boring roll, you could do an increased DC or a lowered DC when you think of like how to swim better or something.
Well, sometimes you make someone roll it and it doesn't actually matter.
Yeah.
Because you're doing it just to extend out the scenario, kind of keep the focus, kind of draw it out without going too fast. So it's a good kind of technique of slowing down. You could slow down the game, but slowing down the moment.
Well, see, one of my favourite tricks as a DM when I can't think of something because they've just asked me a question like, who was that sub-deity that I hadn't written yet? I always go, roll religion. And then while I'm like waiting for them to roll, I'm just like, it was a giant cow that had magical feet. And then,
Obviously your world's so fleshed out.
Oh, yeah.
They're magical cow feet, the cows with feet.
I think I might actually put that in my will.
Yeah.
Anyway,
can you call it David?
David the cow with magical feet.
Yes, and it's a deity, but no, it doesn't make any sense.
The god of beanies.
But it's happened.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that everyone's like, how did that come to be? And everyone's like,
there's no explanation.
It just happened, alright?
It was from the Lost Age, we don't know.
It's like the Stonehenge. It's like, who would put all these rocks in this shape? And everyone's like, I don't know, they did it. It doesn't make any sense, but it's there.
I'm 100% going to do that.
Thank you. I want to be a cow deity.
And if you want to add David the cow with magical feet to your campaign, just remember...
I've got avatars, I've got everything. So if you want more information on the David the cow deity, hit me up on Discord or by Gmail, and we'll even talk about it more, and we can flesh this out.
Was it at all related to the secret cow level in Diablo 2?
Did you know, in Ninja Turtles, there is an overarching deity of a cow's head who can go to dimension to dimension.
Cool.
And he sucks people into his mouth to transport them.
Like Kirby.
Yeah, kind of like Kirby, but it's just a massive giant cow's head, and that's the deity that can cross different planes of existence, so it can go into different Ninja Turtle realms. It's a true story. Look it up.
Cow feet.
Yeah.
Anyway, weird. Oh, my phone is on.
Anyway.
So this is the interesting point, and dare say the most interesting point of the episode. This is where they find the groove that the Orbish Eye thing that Fjord has kind of potentially might connect to.
The same thing that Ivanka has as well.
Yes. So they go to roll, and it's kind of like an initiative thing of who has the highest can go first. Yeah. But Fjord does not roll as well as Ivanka, and she manages to get her orb into the little thing first.
And then the temple decides to just go, and it's like, I'm going to flood now.
Yes.
And then it starts flooding.
All the runes light up in the room, which was beautifully described by Matt.
And the hourglass was a nice little touch, giving the players they can't muck around, because I think Matt's finally clicked that these guys like to drag their heels a little bit in certain situations.
Yes. I, as a DM, also use the hourglass technique. The room starts filling up with water. Ha! Go! And it's tension, and it's a really cool way to make the party
causes the party kind of to speed up. So they kind of, this whole next kind of hour, you could say, was them just rushing out of the temple as it starts to flood, and they're kind of going up each level, kind of working things out.
Caleb casts grow, so Clay can move stuff, and then reduce, so he can get through the gaps. There
are also some guards at the top, which they end up having a bit of a battle with. Not gets to how you want to do this to kind of finish them all off.
They can't remember who has the key to the locked door. It takes them a while to figure that out.
Yeah, Jester does. But Fjord also kisses Jester to keep her alive, which is a nice little moment. The fact it seems like Fjord is more into Jester when Laura's not there. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Hashtag just saying.
Also, another interesting thing about the combat, it was underwater, so they had a limited amount of air, which was great.
Keep talking. I want people distracted while I do this.
They had a limited amount of air, which is a really cool concept. And when they get hit, they kind of exhale and lose a bit. Then, once they run out of air, they're doing the standard 5th edition constitution checks, how long you can hold your breath for. Also, they're in difficult terrain because they're underwater. They just added a lot of cool elements to the combat that made it slightly more interesting than, oh, let's just kill some more people.
And also, it kind of forces the party to get out of there, so Matt doesn't need to play around with him trying to figure everything out.
And they also lose air when they use a verbal component of a spell. If they have to speak,
it makes sense.
Clever. It's clever.
It's like you're underwater and you're verbally saying a spell, but you don't get water going in.
Yeah.
It's not how physics works, people. Water physics. What?
Fluid dynamics is the proper term.
I'm trying to throw in a joke. I was stating the obvious.
So they try and swim out, they start kind of drowning, and not all of them don't do, but some of them get close to being in danger.
Yeah, and they kind of bolt to the ship. So that's the main goal here, of just get the hell out of the town, because remember the temple, or the pyramid, whatever you want to call it at this point, is around a lot of Yuan-ti.
Yuan-ti. We also, now towards the end of the episode, we find that Ivanka, upon putting the orb into the temple-ish thing, had got a buff of water control. So she can now kind of like manipulate water, and I think Fjord or Travis was a little bit bummed that he didn't get that.
The question is, do you think Ivanka had that before or after?
No, I think that's...
Because Ivanka didn't make a big deal that they had that now.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking if Ivanka had that before, it means what she did didn't really give her anything.
No, yeah. I think that it's whoever can get their orb into the temple will be blessed by
Yucatan.
Yes. So there's 2 more places to do this. But not just 2 more places to do this, but 1 more person potentially still out there looking for these as well.
We should mention also, on the run back to the ship, that Matt did an interesting thing of 6 stages.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So Matt gave the party basically 6 chances to help progress them along. And so they had to be very creative. They had to come up with different things, like Caleb was firing things backwards.
Yeah.
Because the Yuan-ti was being chased after them, and also the lizard men later on. There was a little hunting party that they came across as well.
Yeah.
So Matt did an interesting kind of thing. It's kind of like you're doing a boss battle kind of thing, and you're doing every phase. Yeah. That's what I found very interesting and very different.
I thought it was really cool because you're essentially going, okay, YouTube buffering. This is you going there, and that's the YouTube video following you, and you get further and then back, and then they do as well. And
it kind of reminded me of not Banjo-Kazooie, Crash Bandicoot. The boulder level, when the boulder's chasing them, and he's kind of just jumping and doing all these things.
Yes, so that was a really cool idea, doing a little combat run in stages, and having them get ahead when they do something clever, like fluffing it up.
Yeah, and they get in the rowboats, the cannons from the ships fire and defeat the Yuan-ti that are kind of following them along. The lizard men and Yuan-ti kind of start attacking each other as well.
We also get bow rolling a history religion check on the orbs and such. With a 17, Matt pulls out a bit of paper and we get a bit of a lore dump.
Yes.
Now the lore drop is mostly stuff about Calamity and Divergence, which if you read the Tal'Dorei campaign setting, you probably already know, but very, very interesting stuff.
Yeah, so kind of like the summary of this is Yucatan is an avatar of the Cloaked Serpent. Quinoa, that's it. And after the calamity happened, these avatars kind of, because they didn't have a master anymore, kind of got more powerful, more followers, and kind of developed their own religion offshoot.
Because they were the closest thing to deities
after they died. So, Yucatan is one of these avatars. And it seems like that their whole intention is to still bring back the Cloaked Serpent. So, because they kept on mentioning that, so I think Yucatan is still kind of not gone so on and saying to be its own thing. It still has a master, loyalty. It's still loyal, but it has its own unique following. And basically, that's where we're at. So it sounds like Yucatan is actually a bad avatar.
Yeah, we also, So, hey, that might line up, being that Mighty Nein has made some questionable choices in recent time.
But what do we do from here? I think that's the question. What does Fjord do? Obviously, he spends some time with Ivanka, and
Well, the question is, do you go for the temple, or do you try and find the third chosen?
See, that's the thing. It's like, do you want to help Yucatan?
Yeah.
I mean, it's quite obvious that Fjord is drawn in by Yucatan somehow. So Yucatan has seen either some darkness or some use of him.
Yeah.
But what do we do? What is it? Do we continue trying to achieve this and help?
Yeah.
Or do we stop and try and figure out how to prevent it? Which seems like the logical thing to do.
So you've got the dilemma of, I could make myself more powerful by doing these things, but in turn perhaps make someone who's not as good as I more powerful. Personal responsibility, self-gain, that kind of stuff. Personal... I don't know, it's a tough one. Personally, I would find the third chosen one. Maybe they have more answers.
I think from a story point of view, it'll be interesting.
Because they might know more about what's going on than Fjord and Ivanka.
True, but Ivanka is clearly evil, right? Does she? I feel like she's evil.
She's got that vibe, but she's not actually proven it yet.
Yeah.
Anything that she's done has been supremely evil.
Yeah, but she's definitely neutral chaotic if we were to put an alignment on that.
I would, I'd say, neutral chaotic.
Yeah. But I don't know, do we want Fjord to continue exploring this? That's the question I have about something, because...
Well, I think Fjord wants answers about who he is and what's guiding him.
Yeah, but summoning a god, is that really worth it?
Yeah.
I mean, if you could discover who you are by summoning an evil god, would you?
I am the evil god, Dave.
Yeah, but I'm thinking hypothetically,
right.
Ollie. keep talking, I need to distract people.
Saturnos. So essentially, we also get a little bit of more information on the Sword of Fathoms. Which is the one that is a similar sword, the captain tells Fjord. In fact, Vandrin's sword.
The Sword of Fathoms.
Now, rolls a deception. Fjord tries to deceive and says, oh, Vandrin had that's completely new information to me. He rolls a 23 and it doesn't succeed. I don't know if this was Matt fudging a roll or
this
if he rolled Matt really
saying,
high.
You're going to go through this.
Yeah.
I need this to happen.
I don't know, because 23 is intense. Basically, the only thing that's capping that is a nat 20 on Matt's end.
Yeah, probably.
So I don't know what happened, because I don't get to see behind the screen.
So Fjord gets a bit twitchwood, if you know what that means. We'll cut to the clip of that.
The sound of fish slapping against each other. Good one! They're both of the sea. Right in the blowhole.
And most important thing at the end is they hit level 7.
Yeah.
Alright, milestone leveling.
And we're off to Dark Toe. That's where we kind of end, as we're going to the pirate town of Dark Toe to kind of try and get more information on, what was his name? What's his name? Guy we don't like. Vandrin.
So essentially, good thinking, go to the pirate town to find information about the sailors.
Yes.
Level 7 means keep an eye on Knowledge Over Swag's list of the Mighty Nein abilities as they add new stuff.
Yeah.
I had nowhere else to go with that.
I thought you were going to do your crazy Reddit theory.
That's right, I forgot about that. So crazy Reddit theory.
I was kind of waiting, I thought you were going to lead into it. I was waiting for the moment, because normally you just jump in when it's relevant.
I completely forgot.
Yeah,
Well, it's not really relevant at all.
Okay.
So this is from Drakos DJ. At dawn we plan. 16 points one day ago.
Okay.
He says, now I'd just like to point out, no, I'll read it first, then I'll point it out.
Okay.
He says, okay, I'm like 98% sure this isn't the case. Well, thank you for sharing, regardless, for the 2%. But I want to get it out there.
Yeah, the 2% matters.
In the event that it comes true.
We are the 1%.
What if the dodecahedron is one of the keys that is needed to release one of the other two entities? Sure, that's entirely possible.
No, I'm sick of people thinking that dodecahedron is actually important. It's just a little gimmick they can get an extra roll from. That's all that thing is.
I'm
sick of wider meaning.
I'm sick of people just connecting two things. Like, what if...
Connecting two things. So sick of people connecting two things
what
together.
What if Fjord's sword...
What a plug. Fuck plugs.
Actually made Not's mask. Like, you can't just, like, be like, what if the sun was actually...
So there's two suns on it.
A baby.
Like sun is a baby. So it's like Teletubbies. It's Teletubbies, basically.
You can't just
That's what crazy Reddit theories are. You're going to Reddit for rational theories. And now you're getting upset that they're not rational.
He's 98% sure it's not the case, but he thought he'd share it with us just in case.
2% matters.
2% matters.
Yes. Hashtag 2% matters.
Hashtag 2% matters. That is us for NPCs of Wildemount.
No, we have to do the comments.
After we do the comments, of
God,
course.
Ollie.
Let me finish the sentence. I was about to say, after we finish the
And how's your kind of posting on Twitter about your little senpai thing?
That's coming.
How's that going?
It's coming.
Really? I've kind of looked at Twitter recently. I haven't seen it.
I ordered a Matt Mercer bracelet. It hasn't arrived yet.
You've already got a Matt Mercer bracelet.
Damn it, I thought you'd forgotten that.
No!
I'm just lazy. Read the comment.
Thank you. Honesty here on NPCs. So I've got the comment because for some reason Ollie forgot.
I couldn't get on YouTube.
I did want him. I
thought I could get on YouTube.
Anyway, so this is from Mel and Mute. It's about Fluff and Nutter because we didn't know what it was. Fluff is a spreadable marshmallow that comes in a jar. and nutter is peanut butter. Thus, fluff nutter is a sandwich. You know what upsets me about that? Why the hell would you throw that at your enemies? You would eat it! You would not throw it at your enemies! I don't understand why you would throw it. What's the throwing thing? Why is it funny?
Maybe.
Because they're calling it fluffernutter and they're throwing it. I still don't get the joke.
Maybe the sandwich is actually a book.
What?
I'm connecting.
No! This doesn't help explain things, Ollie.
What if... No, go on. Okay, let me read one.
Anyway, you can read the one under there.
So this is from Tosh Omni, a long-time watcher of the channel. The guest hosts were all lots of fun, but welcome back, Oliver. I'm excited to see how Laura is going to do as a DM during her one-shot.
Yeah, we should review that one day.
I love watching Critical Role.
So the one-shot was all about Harry Potter. It was a Harry Potter one-shot. Do you know anything about it?
About Harry Potter?
No, about Laura's one-shot. No. So it was a Harry Potter one-shot. So one day in the future we will try and make up with a special episode of that because we did miss it. It's just chaotic, and because we do this basically for free at this point. Well, thanks to our Patrons, though. I think that's technically they pay us.
Yeah.
To be able to do the podcast and everything. So and we have to try and fit our normal day-to-day 9-to-5 jobs around everything here. So I do apologise.
Occasionally we have more going on than we usually do, and it just makes it harder to do this kind of stuff.
Exactly, and people pass away, and that throws a spanner in the works. Don't die. It makes my life a bit harder, right?
That's basically like the two things we want you to take away from this episode is sandwiches are books and don't die.
Yeah, please don't.
Yeah,
it just no, you specifically, because it just makes my job harder.
I'll try not to.
You know how hard it was with the guest ones of like trying to be the talking kind of.
Not dying is actually the first thing on my to-do list.
Hashtag not die.
Hashtag not dying.
Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for sticking with us through this kind of transition period. We're going. Hopefully, the set will look a little bit better next week, and hopefully we can do a few more videos going forward, like bring back Dragon Tavern and the podcast again. So
yeah,
hopefully that'll be in the next couple of weeks or so. Once I get my life in a row, you can't see all the boxes over here.
I can.
You can.
Because I'm on the other side of the camera.
Yeah, but there are some boxes there. And maybe I'll give you a bit of a tour of what we possibly could do going forward.
I'm hoping that's a red ping pong ball attached to a leather strap and not what I think it is. But thank you very much for coming along on NPCs of Wildemount. From myself, Oliver Dungeon Master, and
Dave.
We wish you a good morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And remember, nerds are power.
Really? You kind of combine the two sayings. I think the first saying is good. I think the next one is stretchy.
Nerds are power.